Yeah. All right, real quick, let's get into this around the AFC South, talk about what happened amongst those teams. All right, we're going to do this in a very particular way. Obviously, there's 3 other teams. You guys select where we go. You pick, and I'll deliver. How's that sound? All right, where we want to go, fellas?
Let's go to Jacksonville.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 0-2, and that's because they are one of the Monday Night Football doubleheaders tonight. So they have the Buffalo Bills, a team that is looking really good thus far in the season. The big things with the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, Darnell Savage, safety for them, kind of plays, I think he might play kind of nickel at times as well. He's been ruled out for this game, and he has only really played 1 game early on in the season because I think he missed last week as well. But he's vital to what they're trying to do, so that's going to be a big miss for them against a team that has Josh Allen, and Josh Allen, who has looked a lot better than we maybe anticipated without the as many weapons around him. Also, Evan Ingram, again, is probably out, according to Doug Peterson, for this game. And he has been a dude who bounced around the league a lot, and he found something there in Jacksonville. At least they found a way to utilize him. He is also out, so that does not really bode well for the Jaguars. Maybe they start 0-3.
You need to watch tonight's game if you are a Texans fan and see how it plays out. Because this is kind of hard to fathom. If Jacksonville wins tonight and then wins next week against the Texans here,
they'd be tied.
They're in first place.
Yeah. How quickly that happens in the NFL, man.
Wow, that happened pretty quickly.
Happens real quick.
Could happen pretty quickly.
Those, I guess could happen, right? Yeah. They have to first get over the Bills, who another really good team in the AFC. But these are the 2 teams that the Texans are playing next. So you've definitely got to be watching this game. What's Jacksonville look like? Because that's who you're facing off against next week, and the week after you get the Buffalo Bills. So in one of the Monday Night Football games in a weird doubleheader. Yeah. Although those are kind of staggered but up against each other. So that's definitely something I'll be watching tonight. All right. You got the Colts, you got the Titans. Where are we going next?
Let's go to the Titans. What do you think, Figgy?
Yeah, let's check out the Titans.
Titans fall to a former quarterback that they just got rid of earlier this season. They are 0-3. And Malik Willis came in and was the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers in a 30-14 victory. Willis was solid. He did what he's asked, 13-19, 202 passing, and a touchdown. Plus, he added 73 yards on the ground with a rushing touchdown. This has to really smart for the Titans, especially because the quarterback you had out there was doing shenanigans again, right? He ultimately threw for 260 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions. It's really the fact that there's the nonsense within this. In fact, there was this play here where this is really the epitome of Will Levis shenanigans. Oh, my bad, Fig.
Play action. Levis gonna run. Going airborne. He didn't get there. Quay Walker. Isaiah McDuffie. Slam.
They slammed him. And when they slammed him, he tried to hurdle a defender. 2 defenders, mind you.
He tried to have that highlight moment.
2 yards away from the sticks.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? And again, this is on a 4th and 2. So he gets to the line of scrimmage on the outside, and he tries to hurdle. And that's just Will Levis for you. But yeah, they ultimately lose. I think Malik Willis was asked about, and do we have this audio here, Fig? Malik Willis was asked about if in particular made it feel any different for him, if it was more rewarding getting the win against his former team. This is what he said.
I think all wins count the same. It doesn't really, too much more or less. It was cool to see some of my old guys, but I don't think it adds or devalues.
It added a little bit.
I will say, man, Malik Willis, he does seem to be
classy guy.
He seems to be on it. All of his answers all the way across sounded like that. But yeah, I don't believe you in that particular way. Another thing from that game, Chido Awuzie, cornerback for the Titans. He left the game with a groin injury. He didn't return after the second quarter. So, that's something to watch in that space if they're going to have injury issues that linger for him, because he matters when it comes to their defense.
Bless their little hearts.
All right.
You know how I feel about the Titans.
Yeah, I know you're very affectionate towards that team, except you're absolutely not. But, yeah, so they're 0-3. And we thought that we would have another offer, that we might possibly have that, as we talked about the Monday Night Football game being 2 future Texans opponents, 2 previous Texans opponents matched up on Sunday in the Colts and the Bears. The Colts actually got a win. We thought the Bears might be able to do something. No, they did not. The Colts got their first win of the season, 21-16. Apparently, they call this the I-65 rivalry. Did not realize
Okay.
that. Like, what is this, high school? Did not realize that they
That's
had
supposed
that.
to be like Cowboys and Texans or something?
I don't know. But yeah, man, between the Colts and the Bears in the end of the second quarter had an opportunity that might have changed the way that this happens. I know that the kind of butterfly effect when one play happens in the middle of the game, other things are probably going to go different. But they had a Hail Mary that stops just yard line.
Yeah,
DJ
1 yard
Moore,
line.
and they ultimately lose by what is that? 5 points. So only God knows how that shifts out. But the Bears, who had the fourth fewest amount of rushing yards entering the game, also still did not run the football well. 2.3 yards per carry. So while the Colts did give up a whole bunch of yards to the Texans, the Bears couldn't take advantage of that either.
Yeah, and the Colts, well, here's the thing about the AFC South right now. Two of the top two quarterbacks in the NFL with the most turnovers are both in the AFC South.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson, a nice, perfect balance, 10 of 20, 167 yards, 2 interceptions in the course of this.
So I think he's got 8 turnovers, and Will Levis has 10, or it might be 9 and 7. But the two quarterbacks with the most turnovers are in the AFC South, and they're on the two teams that obviously fancied themselves, certainly in the Titans' case, as a contender. Well, I didn't think the Titans were going to be much. They're not. I haven't had a lot of confidence. I said this is what's so frustrating about Anthony Richardson. He's not it right now.
No.
He is extremely frustrating to watch, but that's all good news for the I'm telling you, all of a sudden, Jacksonville, man, Jacksonville, you're like, man, if they win tonight, that place is going to be rocking, first of all, next week, but it's going to be for first place.
Yeah, big if. Some other things with the Colts. I mentioned Anthony Richardson not having a great day. Jonathan Taylor did. 110 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. The other touchdown was another rushing one from Trey Sermon. And Kwity Paye, he suffered a quad injury with like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, didn't return. So he couldn't put any weight on it when he was leaving. They're going to do an MRI to figure out what's happening. Somewhat optimistic in that place, but that's another place where that could affect things going forward. But yeah, man. Also, Caleb Williams, 363 yards, 2 touchdowns.
First TD. Yeah.
He did have 2 interceptions though. His first touchdown was also Roma Dunze's first career touchdown. You can see them after the touchdown trying to fight over the football. I thought that was a little funny, but 363 yards is the most in the league thus far this season, and the most by a Bears quarterback since Brian Hoyer, who did it in 2016 against the Indianapolis Colts.
Who gets the ball?
Who should get the ball? That's a good question.
Who gets the ball, Figgy?
Probably, I guess the quarterback probably.
See,
get
I
the
think
ball,
the receiver.
Right?
Yeah, I was going to say the receiver.
I think
was
the
gonna say
receiver
Rome should get it.
Because I think the quarterback's going to have, you would think, but.
But this is the number one overall pick.
Hey, man, take the stitches out of the ball, man. You get one half of the ball. You get the
that'd
other
be
half
cool.
of the ball.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
Or whoever gets the ball has to give over the jersey, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But there you go. That's around the AFC South. What's happening